It's about that time, baby, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go, here we go.
The Sinclair Show is on.
It is on.
Run it to your friends, come on.
Come on, come on.
So this a moment of the show tonight. Mailbag is tight. Sinclair is on the mic.
Once again, it's on. You're still trouble in your home. Got you tripping, don't know right from wrong. Send your letters to the show so we can talk you through. Get the answers to your questions because we see that true. Sometimes you doubt yourself, lost your health. Faith is on the fence, but you believe that Jesus knows your well. Keep it moving, spirit flowing, because we're here to provide someone to lean on when you're falling. Wednesday 8 and 9 and it's on. What up, Jay Dizzle? That's what I'm talking about, my people. What it is, what it do. Once again, it's on. You're listening to the only morning show at night, people. That's right. It is the Sinclair Show coming to you live and direct. And tonight, like the theme song says, you don't want to miss a moment of this show. This is an interesting topic tonight. But first, I want to thank all of you all who continue to send your mailbag, question, comments, all the stuff matriculating through your mind. Oh, Uncle Cindy Sin. Continue to send them to sinclairtalk@outlook.com. Going to continue to address the ones that I feel like got some real vibe to them. Each night we're on the air to reach you. You all are the valued listener. What that means is, if it wasn't for y'all, I could be somewhere relaxed and sleep right now. But nonetheless, I digress. Let us move forward. Now, look, people. Y'all know how lately I've been listening to what some of the people that is that they say. And so I was listening to this conversation, and some people might say I was ear hustling. And then, like sometimes you get me involved in something, I might deep dive into the conversation. And so the conversation got steered at some point along the lines of, can a person or should a person get mad if somebody else is doing for your significant other what you won't do? Now I'm not necessarily directing this to those of you who have a side dude, side chick, side piece, whatever you all might want to call it. I'm really beginning this process. Y'all. Look here. First of all, let me go get my boy Jay Dizzle. Jay Dizzle was the first one on the show tonight, so we got to give him his props. And there is the arch nemesis, old Nikki Carter. She already talking about, yes, you should. Yes, you should what, Nikki Carter? You saying you should get mad if somebody is doing what you won't do. Now, I didn't say, should you get mad if somebody is doing, hold on, first of all, Nikki Carter, you was not the first person on the show. All right. Now, so the question is, again, let's focus it in. The question is, should you get mad? There go Von Deloach. Here we go. We all out here in these proverbial trenches. So should you get mad if somebody else is doing what you won't do? Now, I ain't say what you can't do. Let me be clear, because there's a difference. Sometimes a person doesn't have the proverbial means. And if you ain't got the means, that's cool. I don't think you should be penalized. But I am talking about those things that you just make your mind up. That ain't my cup of tea. I don't really want to do that. I don't get down like that. Should you get mad if somebody else is? And this is not gender-based. So let me be clear. We could be talking about male or female. All right. Nikki Carter said people can be greedy and need limits. All right. So Nikki Carter, before you jump off the bridge, which you probably should do, let's find out what I'm talking about. See, because I know most of you all are thinking along the lines of something that is physical. I ain't even talking about that. Although that could be added. That's not what my head is. So let me give you a scenario. if your significant other is receiving, let's say, a meal or some type of assistance from someone else because you decided you don't cook, all right? Nikki, let me ask you a question. Now, I appreciate your candid involvement tonight. I ain't seen you answer this many questions. Is your significant other got a benefactor somewhere that's providing the things that you don't? Because you sure seem like, they say hit, we'll holler. I ain't saying it, but I'm just saying it. So let me say this. What if, and this is for guys, for fellas, Jay Dizzle, you could probably answer this. So what if your significant other, being a female, has a co-worker that buys her lunch every day? Would you have a problem with an old snack here and there? I'm just asking. And if you would have a problem with it, why would you have a problem? I was talking to somebody, and I was talking to somebody named Val, right? And it's hard to get somebody's opinion when they won't, Val, one of them people that ain't gonna really tell you a lot of her business. She's the type of person that try to be real low key about everything. It's like something going on, but you don't know what's going on. When I asked her the question, she tried to be real covert and answer with old general answer. But we know for sure that Sneaky V got something going. Every human being has an opinion. All right. Nikki Carter, don't put the Popeyes up there. I'm asking a question. If you don't, matter of fact, let's reverse it. If your man goes to work every day and you won't fix your man a sandwich, a lunch pail, one of them little brown satchels, the ones with the grease from the chicken be showing in the bottom. If you won't fix or prepare your man a sandwich, a piece of yesterday's chicken, a Tupperware container with last night's leftover, a proverbial doggy bag. If you won't do that, do you have the right? Y'all. Detective Pamela Black, what's going on, girl? Glad to see you on the show. Do you have a right to get mad if somebody at the job is bringing your significant other, your dude? If somebody brings your dude lunch because they cook a little extra and they know he got the type of woman at home that ain't gonna prepare a meal, should you be mad? I'm just asking. And fellas, likewise, if you know your old lady ain't got no lunch money, but you sending her to work every day while you jingling your pockets, and then there's let's say there's old Rico Suave, somebody with a spectacular mindset, don't want your old lady at the job hungry, and so he says, hey, I'm going out to get lunch. Hey, do you need anything? Should you get mad? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all ever felt dehydrated? I got some apple juice, and I love apple juice. It is my favorite. And so that's what I'm consuming. But, okay, Nikki Carter, why should you get mad? You don't want to cook for your man. You ain't making him a little package in the morning, but you mad if somebody else has some extra at their house and they bringing it to your boo. Why you mad? That's a legitimate question. I feel like I'm entitled to an answer. What you mad about? Are you mad because you too lazy or defiant or have made up your mind? Because see, I agree. Hold on. Nikki said they not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. I'm not second guessing their motives. I don't know what everybody's motives is. But I know what your motive is. If you say you ain't going to prepare your boo a lunch pail, a little lunch bag, even little kids get the Spider-Man lunch boxes. If you ain't doing that, why you hating on somebody else that had a little extra? Didn't the good book say you should feed those who are hungry? Why you out here hating? And matter of fact, why you can't get up and make a sandwich for your little boo? I'm just asking. I ain't trying to start no fights, but I don't think y'all got a right to sit around here in your proverbial feelings because somebody at the workplace is feeding somebody you refuse to feed. What say you all? See, a lot of y'all done got quiet. Don't get quiet now. Oh, I wish old Val was up here now so she could speak her piece. I see old Vaughn got all these smiley faces. I just want to know. So here we go. Vaughn said, what you won't do, someone else will. Oh, so Vaughn, you said, Valerie said she up here. There it is. So Val, go on, tell the people, would you be mad? And we all know somewhere deep in the dark scopes of your cell phone, it's a boo in there somewhere. Even if you don't want to tell nobody, I can agree with you being secretive about your personal life, private life, whatever it is. But if somebody was fixing your boo a little sandwich and a little apple juice per se, because you refuse to, do you have a right to get mad? That's the question. And I see Vaughn out here she said, what you won't do, somebody else will. So Vaughn, am I to understand that you telling the people that you yourself personally wouldn't get mad? Let me see what Jay Dizzle said. Johnny said, Nikki Carter, that's a co-requisite right there. Valerie said, I'm not going to have a problem with that. See, now that sounds like grown woman activity right there. Y'all, Val said, hey, I'm a professional. And if I don't feel like putting a little bread and lunch meat and mayo or fixing a little chicken salad, a little barbecue in a little plate for them, I ain't got no problem if there's some some old light-skinned girl at the job who's got a skill set where she know how to prepare a most delicious sandwich, she ain't tripping. And I can respect that because we're not talking about Valerie ain't got no phalanges, so she can't do it. We talking about she got 10 of these and refusing to. So that's why I say the problem isn't when it concerns something that a person is incapable of doing. It absolutely is a problem when you think you can make a decision. Oh, let me see what Vaughn said. I won't get mad because I'm going to make sure mine have what he needs. Okay, sounds good, but that wasn't the energy that you gave initially. And again, here's what I believe. I'm not mad at whichever side of the pillow you wake up on. I'm only mad at people who have a right. Now, let me say this as a matter of principle, because I see some of y'all, and let me say this too. Tonight, this is what I'm not doing tonight. Don't be sending me stuff to my DM telling me off or telling me you agree with me if you ain't going to post it up here for the people. But the people got a right to see who it is. Because I don't want them always thinking this just my little lopsided view. Let's see what Bass said. I will make sure my man has his needs taken care of. Hold on. I don't believe that. I don't believe, Val. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe. Because you was one of the first ones in private and in person to say, hey, if she got to fix that sandwich, let her go and fix it. Long as I ain't got to get up and do it. Now you trying to switch the game up. I don't believe you'll fix nothing because I don't believe you think you got to. You probably say, hey, look here. You was born just like I was. You just as grown as I am. You can fix your own sandwich. And see, and I'm not saying, hold on. Nikki Carter says, see, that's how it starts. Something innocent. Well, Nikki, let me tell you with your light-skinned self, something you probably need to understand. It started the moment that you decided that you was too good to fix a sandwich. That's when it really started. It started when you had a laundry list of things that you wouldn't do because you didn't feel like you had to. And let me be perfectly clear, people out here in listening land. I am the first to stand up for your rights to not do anything that you don't want to do. Because when you grown, you make that decision. But I got a little homie, a little mini me, right? And mini me walks around all the time and says a specific quote. She said, there is consequences for everything you do. And she's right. So if you make the decision that I ain't got to prepare nothing because you was born like I am and you can fix your own food, and that's your right to do it. But as the little mini me might say, but there's consequences for everything you do. So that means the consequence is there might be somebody else at the job or a homegirl or something, you know, that might just say, well, look, say less, big guy. You know what? Last night I made a big pot of gumbo. I'll bring you a little sample, or don't even worry about it. I just so happened to cook a couple of extra pork chops, and I thought you might like one. You ain't got no reason to get mad because somebody else had more and thought enough of your hungry man or your hungry woman, you know, because some of y'all be like, well, and fellas, you got to understand something. If you ain't willing to make sure your woman got something to eat, she might wind up eating vegan burgers. Who knows? You know, getting fed little vegan snacks. It could happen in any situation. I'm saying to you, be mindful of how often you say, I ain't got to do nothing for somebody who you happen to be in a relationship with. Let me see what Nikki Carter said. First of all, Val talking about that ain't what I said. Whatever, Val. Nikki Carter said, why he going to work acting like he not being fed? Nikki Carter, first of all, he ain't acting. It's 12 o'clock. Everybody else got something to eat except for your boo. What you mean acting? What's the acting? Denzel is an actor. Your man ain't no actor. He hungry at 12 o'clock. Let me say this. Ladies, and I ain't picking on y'all, because I believe if a man send his wife or girlfriend or significant other to work and she ain't got no lunch money and she ain't got no lunch, he's inviting somebody to come along and say, hold on, I don't want you sitting at the table with nothing. I don't want you hiding out in your office and your stomach grumbling. So let me make sure you got a little something to eat. I'm just saying. Then it said, dude's stomach growling and the food truck didn't come. Say it again, big dog. Nigga talking about the men ain't saying anything. What they supposed to say? Because they know I'm telling the truth. They don't need nobody to speak up for them. I am he. And I'm not just defending men, because there's some women that go to work every day and they ain't got two nickels to rub together and got a man with a pocket full of change, but they got this kind of reckless vibe because he power tripping. You keep power tripping with your girl and it's another dude at the job, at the gas station, somewhere. Oh, Stacey Foreman says some men ain't real men. Okay, you're right. I rocks with that. But Stacey, I ain't hear you say nothing about these women that ain't making no lunch bags. So I want to get your opinion because I don't want to feel like you one-sided. Okay? But I do agree. Any man that's sitting around with money in his wallet and his old lady and don't have money for lunch and ain't got nothing to eat, come on now. You ain't no real one. And you are sitting around inviting a plug or a benefactor come along and say, hey, look here, Stacey hungry. So let's make sure Stacey got something to eat. Now, I'll say this in fairness, because I'm this type of dude. Lord have mercy. Let me go and say it the right way. All right, so here's how I operate. And I do not expect everybody to do what I do because not everybody is at the same fiscal position in life. Because of my particular role I am in a okay financial position. Let's just say it that way for modesty purposes. So I don't often choose to leave my office. Okay, hold on for a second. Let's see what Stacey said about finish. I don't have to worry about it because I have my man's card on Apple Pay. That man gonna make sure I'm fed. Hold on, y'all heard that? All right, fellas. Y'all around here with your closed mouths. Stacey said her man's card is on Apple Pay. She just go by the drive-through or anything, said beep, and hit the card one time on it. That's a good dude you got there, Stacey. I commend him. But Stacey, you still ain't saying nothing about whether or not you fixing him a little lunch pail or not. I know what he do for you, and I appreciate you standing up for your man, but what you doing? Johnny said them eggs and bacon hit different when they made with love and slipped in your work bag. Uh-oh. Say it again, big dog. That man said eggs and bacon hit a little bit different when they made with love and slipped in your work bag. Let me tell y'all something. And I'm not trying to clown on anybody. But I'll say this. Most people, and in this case, I'm just speaking on behalf of men, because I converse with them frequently. Most men is not getting no eggs and bacon slipped in their work bag, and they certainly ain't made with love. There ain't no Happy Meals getting made. Let me see. They said that man gets what he asked for. Now, that's a tricky way to answer the question, Stacey. So you saying he got to ask for it. Because he ain't got to ask that person at the job that sees that, oh, you ain't put, as Johnny said, you ain't put them eggs and bacon in there with love in his little work bag. So you saying if he asks for it, you will make sure he got it. But if he don't ask, he on a solo mission. Is that what you're saying? I don't want to put words in your mouth. But I am saying this, people. Johnny said a lot when he said that it's a difference because some of y'all make angry meals for your person. You don't want to do it no way. So you in there slapping together some bologna and some cheese, and you ain't even getting the good cheese. You getting the old pasteurized little slices that you got to rip the plastic off the individual side. You ain't making him no sandwich with love. You out here making him an old angry meal. Now I'm gonna say this: if you gotta make me an angry meal, don't worry about it. Let me get them pork chops when I get to the job, because I ain't trying to eat no negative meal. Okay. Now, fellas, we ain't gonna let you off the hook. Some of y'all got your significant other riding around with her tank on E. Your tank full and you got a pocket full of money. But you will be mad if a dude, just a friendly co-worker, says, oh, your tank is on E. Let me make sure you got enough to get to the crib and back. I wouldn't want you to run out of gas on the way home. I don't think that's right either. I think that in this whole conversation, again, it is not about wants, it's more about needs. There are some fundamental things that people have that are needs. Hunger. People need food. Appreciation. People need to be appreciated. Encouragement. People need a little encouragement. Helping during difficult times, i.e., hold on. What's Stacey talking about? Stacey said, we 2 hours apart. When I visit him home on the weekend, his meal is prepared when he walks in. Oh, Stacey said she got a little long distance boo. And she makes sure that when she is around him, and that's all you can be asked to do. Now, Stacey, just as a matter of principle, you might want to take one of them classes on meal preps because you could hook him up while you down there for the weekend for at least like 3-4 days. But I ain't knocking what you're doing, because when you are around him, you absolutely are making sure he's good. That's commendable. Nicky Carter talking about one day that invoice is coming due. Oh, Nicky Carter, you paying invoices? What kind of invoice you talking about? You saying one day all them pork chops and mac and cheese and cabbage and cornbread and all those little lunch meals, you're implying that one day the co-worker gonna ask for something in return? Well, why would you say that? Are you saying that it's not possible that somebody is doing it out of the proverbial kindness of their heart because you treating them like you ain't got to do nothing? See, we call them acts of service. And I personally know, as a matter of principle, that, as I was about to tell y'all before I got so intertwined in what the foolishness that Nicky Carter be saying, is that I'm the type of individual that I don't choose to leave my office a lot when I go there. James, keep what's going on. Glad to see you. So most often, if I want something for lunch and I haven't taken mine, now, mind you, I don't have anybody preparing me little lunch pails, and that's my own fault. I imagine, and maybe one day somebody make me a little lunch pail. And listen, ladies, I'm not saying this for y'all to start sending me no lunch pails. Although I appreciate y'all out there in listening land, it's not necessary. I'm not trying to get sympathy. Now, if y'all cook good pork chops, now I ain't saying don't send a brother a pork chop or two, but that's not where we at right now. Stacy said I cook enough on Saturday for Monday all day. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. So, Stacy, we want to give you your props. They ain't something, all right, Nicky, the jig is up. I'm here. So if I'm at work and somebody else is going or willing to go out, generally speaking, I will say to them, if you go by here, I'll buy you lunch. Now, let me say this to Nikki and Val and Vaughn and Stacy and all the rest of you and Pamela Black and all of them. Me buying someone lunch who is willing to go and get it is not me sowing some seeds for down the road activity. Quite the opposite. What it is me being in a situation where I am thankful that I don't have to go out and drive to get something. I'm showing my gratitude and appreciation for the person that is willing to go. And I'm not just like that with females. I've got some male counterparts, co-workers or whatever, employees who go out, and I say, hey, bro, if you're running over there, hey, if you're willing to go by here and pick this up, I got it. Lunch on me. So I don't subscribe to Nicky Carter's little theory that everybody that brings somebody something is going to call the invoice in because they're trying to get at you. But see, for them ones who have made a conscious decision that I ain't cooking them nothing, I ain't making them. And let me say something to y'all ladies. I want to be fair. All right? I want to be fair, but I need y'all to process this. It don't take anything. Hold on, let me see what Stacey said. Stacey said, I do the same for my employees. They coming in and stopping out by this. See, me and Stacey, we on the same page. So Nicky Carter gone with all that. Everybody that's trying to get you to pick them up a Happy Meal is trying to sleep with you. That ain't the case at all. Look here, Pamela Black said we do in my office as well. So Nicky, apparently you the only one buying McMeals trying to get some McSex. The rest of us, we doing the co-worker thing. James said if that was the case, all I do is cook for others. See? I think that Nikki Carter is the problem here because we just trying to get a McLunch. Nikki Carter trying to get McSlapped because she around here thinking that somebody trying to lay up with somebody, all we wanted was lunch. Nikki Carter talking about so one time is okay. Nikki, let me say this. I don't care if you ain't gonna ever fix your man nothing to eat. He ain't never getting no lunch pail. I don't care if he go to work every day and somebody brings him pork chops, smothered burgers, fried chicken or whatever. He can eat whatever he want to eat. You ain't cooking it. Just like if your man ain't giving you no gas money, he walking around with a pocket full of change, he can't get mad if somebody filling up your tank. Nikki Carter talking about then go to McDonald's. Hey, that's the thing. Somebody's willing to go to McDonald's. See there? You wasn't thinking about that, was you, Nikki Carter? And make no mistake about it. Again, this isn't gender-based. See, I think that there should not be a problem with you because you're making a free will choice. And as old Val and Vaughn have said, they don't care. It is what it is. They try to come back and clean it up. But now it don't sound like neither one of them care too much if the dude make his own sandwich or not. But there are consequences for everything you do. So I think here are the components that should make a difference for those of you who got a little edginess about you because somebody making your boo something to eat or somebody filling up their gas tank. First and foremost, did they ask you first? That matters. Now, fellas, I'm going to say this to you. If you know that your old lady's car is almost on E, she shouldn't have to ask you. You should make sure. I don't care if you got to go sneak in there, put a few dollars in the armrest so when she come out there in the morning, she see it, she's have a smile on her face or whatever. Now, ladies, many of y'all probably ain't even grateful, so y'all act like, oh, I must have left this in here. You ain't left no $70 in your armrest. Go on with them lies. So did you ask the person first? All right, that's question number one. Question number two, did somebody know you had a need? Now, this is dealing with something other than lunch. So, did somebody know that you was out of gas? Did somebody know that something was wrong with your brakes? Did somebody know that you had a something going on with you? In order for somebody to do it, they got to know that there's a problem. You ain't got to know whether or not somebody need lunch tomorrow. They going to work. I'm just saying. The next thing is, did you ignore them? So, did they ask you first? Bad and already made it be known. She don't care if you ask first or last. She ain't going in there cooking it. Matter of fact, I don't even know if Val can cook. I seen a picture. In fairness, I seen a picture where she cooked. I don't know if she cooked it. It was all right. It wasn't going to win no awards, but it looked like it was a meal prepared at a house. You know how women do this? They'll start sending each other rotations of pictures. Girl, if somebody asks you could cook, post this one up. I don't know. I can't verify and validate, but that's just like you got to think to yourself. See, ladies, in most cases, you all are at a distinct advantage because there's always some old animal at the job prying and prowling around looking to make sure you good anyway. But ladies, let me say this to you. We live in a different time now. We live in a time where a lot of people know that, how can I say this? If you trifling, most of the people on your person job already know you trifling. I just got to say it. They already know you trifling. They can look at what your significant, and fellas, this ain't about women. If your old lady come to work every day and she look like she about to be in tears, or she hiding in the corner when it's lunchtime, or she looking at her EBT card, or she looking at her little Bank of America card, and she calling the number all the time, that's letting somebody who's watching know might be a little problem with the bread. So there's swoop down time. Not because somebody anymore. What's going on, girl? Glad to see you. So when it's not that your significant other is going to work and running their mouth about you, although some of them will. Because sometimes people tired of you. They just ain't left you yet. Trust me, you think for 1 minute that your man go to work and see other dudes come to work and they old lady, they girlfriend, they significant other, they boo, done fixed them a little lunch pail, got the little Tupperware dish with the split sides on it, and somebody got a little fried chicken in there and a little green beans or broccoli, and they come in and say, Shepherd, what's going on? That is my armor bearer. Keep the wolves off me. And every day, that man sees other dudes coming there with lunch pails, and it's 11:30 and the microwaves in the break room start going off, and he ain't never got nothing. He tired of you. Come on. Y'all run around here telling yourselves, oh, I'm the best thing he ever had. Really? Let me just say this. Oh, y'all, they go my mama. Hey, mama. What's going on, mama? If male or female, if you're running around telling yourself that you the best that whoever your boo is, Robert Gene Davis, what's going on? Glad to see you. If you're telling somebody that you the best that somebody got, and they going to work, gotta watch everybody else got their little lunch pails and they doing it big, and they round there pretending like, oh, I'm on a diet this week. No, you ain't. We can hear your stomach. They round there nibbling on nabs and drinking water. You think that person ain't tired of you? And is. Just like fellas, don't think I'm gonna leave you out. If every 3 days she looking like she about to pull her hair, wig, or weave out because she got to try to figure out how she gonna get back and forth to work, and you walking around with bread in your pocket. Do you know how disheartening it is to a woman to have to ask her man, who already knows that she paying half the bills in the house, and she on a budget, and he walking around buying Jordans and everything else? You know how she gotta feel to go to work and see other women in there doing it big? You think she ain't tired of you? Man, please. You better go on with all that foolishness. You think you the best dude she ever had, but she got to go in there and look a hot mess. Some of y'all don't even get your old lady hair done no more. I remember back in the day, and I ain't even going to tell my age. Y'all can look at this gray beard and tell that I got a few days on me. I do look young now. But I want to tell you, what up, Sam? Glad to see you on the show. I remember back in the day when a dude had a chick, a girlfriend, significant other, a boo, a wife, whatever you want to call her, he used to make sure that he got her hair done. That was just the low things you could do to let her know you care. You think you the best thing she could come up with, and you don't do nothing. You ain't got a kind word. You don't do nothing. You don't notice nothing. You ain't cooking. You ain't helping with nothing. You ain't rubbing her back, her shoulders. She come in, her feet tied. She got to deal with you. She got to deal with the kids. She got to deal with the public. You thinks you the best that she can do. She at work talking about, oh, I got a muscle spasm. It's a dude at the job rubbing out muscle spasms because you around here thinking you the best that she can do. Ladies, you think you can get by finer than me. Let me state as a principle. In 2026, dudes are not looking for the finest thing that they can attach themselves to. They want somebody got some common sense, that give a rat about them, that's going to know when they don't feel good, that's going to ask how their day was, that's going to call them in the middle of the day and be like, what you doing? We looking for someone with some sustenance. I'm just saying. And there's a disadvantage when somebody got to tell you that they back hurt. It's a disadvantage. You're not the best thing she can get, because I'm going to be honest with y'all. There is some dudes right now waiting to rub your girl's sore neck. Yeah, the same break room that he told her, hey, we going out to get some. Can we bring you something back? He bringing her back a slice of pizza. When he get back, she's sitting in the break room smiling because somebody cared enough to make sure she has something to eat. And he putting them old thumbs to work because she told her homegirl, I got a crick in my neck. I'm just saying. But you at home playing video games or bragging about or out there washing your car that only you like, and you saying you the man. I ain't talking about nobody on this show because I know ain't none of y'all like that. See, you cannot consistently refuse to meet a reasonable relationship needs and then become outraged when someone else provides ordinary kindness. Let me say that again. Ladies, I need y'all to listen with the big ears. The same way y'all do when your old man be on the phone and you trying to figure out who he talking to, you put your little ear to the wall. I want you to listen to what I said. You cannot consistently refuse to meet reasonable relationship needs and then become outraged when somebody else provides ordinary kindness. So I told you, ladies, you got a right to say, I ain't fixing my man no lunch bag. Certainly do. Sam said, you can say Jody got your girl and gone. You can say it. I want you to know I stand in solidarity with your right to say you ain't gonna do something. But I also stand in solidarity with every lady on the job that cooked 2 extra pork chops tonight. Some man tomorrow is going to get a pork chop who thought he was going to be hungry because you stood on business. And so did she. Now she ain't trying to sleep with your man. She just know he got a sorry woman. That ain't the same thing. She's empathetic. And you know who it be? It be them women that ain't sitting around thinking they too fine to cook a meal. That right there. See, y'all too busy. You too fine. You got to, my job is just as important as his. X, Y, Z, whatever. I'm just telling you, there's somebody that ain't got all that time in the mirror. The time you spending in the mirror, the time you spending on the phone talking to your homegirl about what you ain't gonna do for your man is some lady right now, just a regular woman. She ain't too good for the world. It's a regular woman sitting right now at the house frying 6 pork chops. Yeah. Right now, she got a Tupperware dish. She waiting to put them in. She gonna put the little napkins on the bottom. Put them 2 pork chops in there and pop the lid. Yeah. It's somebody right now making some mac and cheese. Why? Because, hold on. Barbara Jean said, you preaching. What Stacy say? I'll flood your inbox with plates of food. See that right there? Say it again. See, that's grown woman activity. And again, I'm not judging you all, because I can't judge you if I say you have a right to make the decision that you ain't gonna cook, that you ain't gonna make sure your significant other is good, that you ain't gonna put gas in her car, that you ain't gonna make sure that crank is out her neck. But understand, you cannot consistently refuse to meet reasonable relationship needs. Well, what's reasonable? It's reasonable that somebody got to cook. It's reasonable that if you're in a relationship with somebody and their car is on E and you got money in your pocket, you should be making sure they got gas. Why would you even want your old lady to be riding around almost in harm's way, waiting for somebody to come along and offer them a vegan burger and a fill-up? I'm just saying. See, that doesn't automatically make the outside relationship appropriate, but it does mean that there's a deeper issue to address. See, you all are attaching what could happen in this scenario. Oh, they could start messing with the person at the job. They could start having a relationship that they shouldn't. You're the reason why they there. You could have got that. And let me tell y'all, take these glasses off. I just need to tell y'all this. Ladies, for those of you who are not doing these things, you got to be as stupid as they come. And here's why. Men are so simple. We don't care what you put in the bag. You could put a ham sandwich, a bologna sandwich. You could put some crackers, some Vienna sausage. You could put a Swiss roll. You could put a Kit Kat, a Twix, a Coke, a Pepsi, a Mountain Dew. You can put some chocolate milk. We don't even care. We are just that simple. All we want is something. You could put a Lunchable in there. Let me tell y'all what y'all will do. I guarantee you ain't gonna never let your child leave the house without a meal. Some of y'all walk around. Some of y'all walk around right now, and every time you get ready to go somewhere with your crew, what Pamela Black said. Pamela said, I'm saying a mouthful. You better believe I is. Some of y'all, every time you get ready to take your kids, your grandkids, your cousins, your nephews, anybody young, you pack one of them cool bags. You got all kind of stuff in there. Some of y'all can't even carry them. Why you can't carry them? Because they loaded. Because you're going to make sure all young folks is fed. But you ain't going to make your dude a sandwich. So it ain't you don't know how. You are just resistant to ensuring that he good. James said something to say. I tried. See, and again, I ain't judging, but I am stating facts. What is it in a woman's mind that makes her so loving and concerned when we're talking about kids? But when it comes to her boo, her man, her husband, the dude that she wants to look out and make sure the gas tank is full, the one that's going to make sure that she get her hair done, nails done, everything did she fancy. What is it about when it comes to making sure he got the most rudimentary things that she gonna put in that cool bag for the kids? Why he ain't got a little cool bag? I'm just saying. Give your man a sippy cup. Don't you think he deserve one too? Give him one of them. Give your man one of them little applesauce bags. Maybe that's all it takes for him. Barbara Jean said, that's them priorities. I ain't judging. I'm trying to help y'all out. Andy said, if I can feed my grandkids, my man gonna eat too. That's a grown woman talking right there. Some of you young ones better listen. That's grown woman activity. And trust me, I ain't telling you don't fix the cooler bag for the kids. I'm asking if your mindset is I do prepare bags to ensure that those that I care about got something to eat. Ladies, why is it that when it comes to your man, he ain't one of them ones in the little satchel bag? I'm just asking. Matter of fact, I know y'all gonna say this crazy, but I'm keeping a stat. I know that women will ask their kids what you want to eat. Hey, what y'all want? I'm fixing the go bag. Okay? What y'all want? And they'll call out a laundry list, they'll throw it on in the bag. Oh man, we got what y'all call them little we got Lunchables for everybody. Now, your man don't get no Lunchables in a little bag. I'm just asking. He like Lunchables too. He want an apple every now and then, a little orange every now and then. Can he get a Tupperware dish with a few cubes of watermelon in it? I'm not saying you got to go all out, but you already making a go bag. Why he couldn't get one? Fellas, you outside washing your car because every time you leave, you want somebody to see your car clean. Park right beside your old lady's dirty car. I ain't telling you what to do, fellas. But it's a dude at the job that'll ask her, let me get them keys, and he'll drive her car through the car wash. Selena Harold, what's going on? Glad to see you. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying if you outside washing your car and you got a significant other that you laid up with, that's your boo, she making sure you got something to eat and snack on and all that. What I want to know is why you can't wash her car if you washing yours. You heard her say, oh man, I forgot to put some gas in my car. You mean to tell me nothing inside you said either I'm going to run 2-3 miles up the street and go and put something in there, or let me sneak out here and put a few dollars in her armrest and make sure she good? Some of y'all know absolutely positively well that your old lady is operating on a budget. And you ain't gonna never ask, do you need anything? Some of y'all ain't gonna ask because you be out there spending on your side chick. But let me rewind that. I digress. I want to keep it clean, keep it simple. So the moral of the story that I'm trying to get y'all to understand is, again, we're talking about reasonable relationship needs. That's all. I'm not talking about something extra. I ain't talking about y'all getting out here. I ain't saying you got to cook him no steak, although we do like steak. Hold on, Nikki Carter. Some men ain't generous like that. Nikki Carter, I'm not asking a man to be generous. I'm asking a man to be considerate. I'm saying if you know that she ain't got it, you don't give a rat about her if you got money and you know she ain't got none. You letting her go to work and she ain't got no lunch. She ain't got no gas money. She's sitting around here looking crazy. You are less than a man if you're going to allow your woman to leave out like that. Now, ladies, if he asks you, do you need anything? And you say no, don't run to these jobs. Don't get on the phone and start lying and talking about he don't do nothing for me because you said no. I'm just saying. Some of you say no because you don't want a dude to feel like that's why you with him. Hey, let me tell you something. If a man asks you, do you need something, and you need something, you're supposed to answer the question in an honest manner. Lil Wayne said, it ain't tricking if you got it. So if he asking, that ain't you asking for something. That's him trying to do what a grown man should do. But if he walking around here, now I'm going to tell y'all ladies what is a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face if your man will make sure you good, ask you, do you need anything, might send you a few dollars to make sure everything good. If that man gonna get your hair done and nails done if you want them and this and that, he shouldn't have to ask you for that little raggedy Tupperware dish with them good old pork chops in it. He certainly ain't got to ask the average chick that's at the job who see he in there and ain't got nothing to eat. She more than happy to break it. I'm just saying. I'm tired of talking to y'all because, see, y'all ain't feeling me because y'all know I'm telling the truth. This ain't about me. I told y'all how I get down. I'm him. I'm the dude I got historical records to indicate I am not saying you should do something that I ain't willing to do. Matter of fact, even if I ain't going to wash your car, I'll pay to get it washed. I make it so you can drive it through that little spot where they go through and do it. My goal is that people understand if you say you're not going to do something, you don't have a right to get mad that somebody else is doing it. Some of y'all sitting at the house right now, huffing and puffing. He don't deserve this. She don't deserve this. I'm tired. Everybody tired. You want me to tell you who ain't tired? Let me go on and say this. Let me get close to the mic. You want me to tell you who ain't tired? The person that brought them 2 pork chops to the job. The person that made that little extra bowl of spaghetti and put it in the lunch bag for them. Person who didn't feel like cooking nothing, but they had a little chef salad, and so they brought him a little chef salad and some saltine crackers with a little dressing. They said, you giving them something to think about. I hope so, Stacy, because other than that, it's gonna be somebody at the job that sees from across the room, not because they're trying to get with somebody, but because they have common decency and say, we out here working hard every day. And this is optically, I'm saying optically because there's some devils. It might be some people at home raising hell. I don't know. But there are people who will say, before I see somebody that ain't got nothing to eat, I make sure they good. Yeah, they might sit down and strike up a friendship. Okay? They said, you done started an argument in someone's household tonight. Hey, I'm a process that people to understand you got some obligations. Really, you do. And if you choose not to accept them, it's okay. You don't have to feel bad if you say, like Val did, that she ain't gonna cook nothing. She too busy. That is her right to say that. It is not her right to get mad because somebody else is willing to give her man, her boo, whomever, a Tupperware dish with a little extra. They said some dogs hit out there barking. Absolutely. And fellas, the same thing with you. Ain't nobody take your girl. You left her out there. You left her walking when she could have been riding, but she ain't had no gas money, but you was out there going and buying lunch for the other girl on the job. What is Valerie talking about? She said, if I don't cook, I'll pick something up and take it to him. Uh-oh. I got to give her credit on that, people. Let me rewind. Valerie just hit it. She said, hey, if I don't cook it, I go take it to him. Now, let me say this. Ain't nothing like a good home-cooked meal, but if somebody gonna bring you lunch, I just told y'all, we ain't gonna be complaining. Harper Jean said, you speaking on the truth on both parties. Hey, that's what I try to do. I try to keep it clean and balanced. All I'm saying is this before I get up off here. I done spent the hour with y'all tonight. I want y'all to consider, do you have the wrong attitude about what you should be doing at the bare minimum. And if you choose to stand on that proverbial cliff, don't get mad. Somebody else is bringing pork chops to your boo. And I'm out, people.
Time, baby.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.